You're making one right decision today. You're listening to Handcuffs and Sage.
Three badass moms bringing you all the true crime and paranormal your heart desires.
I'm Red.
I'm Timo.
I'm Dre. And don't let your kids listen. Seriously, just don't.
Hey, it's Handcuffs and Sage.
Woo! Woo!
What? What? This is Red.
Hey, this is Timo.
Hey, this is Dre.
All right, this is our Down the Rabbit Hole episode. It's been a hot second. Yay,
Yeah,
I'm so
and it's
excited.
October 1st, the most wonderful time of the year.
Yes, I love it. It just feels different today. So it just
Right.
feels magical. It's in the air. I feel it.
Yes.
My Halloween decorations are out, and I'm working on more stuff for the yard. I just love it. I do. I got pumpkin spice coffee every morning. I'm ready.
Ooh.
I'm ready.
When everybody hears this, though, it will be October 2nd. But hey, we're recording late this time.
I know.
Yeah.
We're
But
all
why?
over the place.
Why? Tell us, Red. Why are we recording
yeah.
late?
It's for a good reason.
Because your
It is for a
baby's
good
home.
reason. My
Mhm.
baby is home. Oh my gosh. When I first saw her, I hugged her and I did not want to let go. And we started crying.
Aww.
It felt so good to hold her. It felt so good. So, you guys are the best and you're always so patient with me, And so we had to put it off recording for a day because she, really needed to catch up and spend time. And it's just so nice to hear about what's going on with her, but then also just having her in the home again. It just feels so good. I just love it. I just love
you
it.
guys are complete. Oh.
Yes, it feels like we're complete. And when she's not here, there's always that missing feeling. And it was
Mhm.
funny because yesterday, she was like, "You're making it feel like a bed and breakfast. Like you're going above and beyond for every little thing I want." She's like, "This, just be like you normally are."
There's no normal anymore. This is good, though.
Yes, I just want to take care of my baby and just, love her up a bit. And she did a new artwork for us. We posted
I was going to say that artwork. How about that artwork? We love it.
Isn't it
It's
cute?
so cute.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
super
so cute.
I love it. I want it on t-shirts. I want it on coffee mugs. Let's get it out there. It's so cute. We posted it on Instagram and Facebook. Let us know what you think. I love it. I do.
You know what? I do have one suggestion, though.
Oh, okay.
Can she change my hair color?
I knew it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let the artist know.
All right.
Yes.
Cool.
How
Cool.
long are you keeping it teal?
For a while.
Forever.
Yeah, forever and ever. I think I'm gonna keep it teal, but then I think I might do like the roots, like a darker blue.
I like the teal.
Like that midnight
It's
blue.
really
Yeah, I mean,
cool.
I've gotten so many like rando off the street, like compliments. So that's who I see. I don't see anybody I know. It's basically like like the grocery store people or whoever, So and then I forget because I'm not looking at my head the whole time.
You're like, why are you looking at me?
I'm like, yeah, what? Why are they looking at
Why
me?
do you want me so bad?
Here, like these colors aren't like weird at this time and place, like it's normal for everybody, but people still look at me. So I'm
The
like,
color is
okay.
popping, girl. It's popping.
Yeah.
It's hot. You're just killing it in the color. Keep it.
Cool.
I like it.
Cool.
Cool. So this is our Down the Rabbit Hole episode. We haven't done one in a while, but we've been covering ancient aliens,
Right.
which I love. I love
It's
all
so
things
much
ancient
fun.
aliens.
It's so much fun. Yes.
Because there's always so many theories, so many ideas of what could be. So it's just a way to use your imagination, be creative, think outside the box. And I really enjoy things like that. I really dig it. And when we were talking about topics, of course, Stonehenge came up. And this is a fun one. It's
really fun.
Old school. It's fun. A lot of people have heard about Stonehenge, of course.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of people haven't done like a deep dive in the history of Stonehenge, right?
Right. Basically, all they know, it's just like a big circle of rock standing up in England that might be something about aliens or something. That's basically what I thought. That's what I've learned about it. So
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I was going to do like a horrible Cockney accent because
oh
Stonehenge is in England.
yes,
So are you guys ready?
yes.
Go for it.
Now I'm on the spot. Oh my God.
Well, like all the podcasts that I listened to on this, it was
Yes.
all with this accent. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
They
I
were
started
all
talking-
English. Yeah. Mhm.
Yes, in my head, I can do accents amazingly, but out in person, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But like my notes were like in this accent, like a British accent. It was so
I
stupid.
love it. Okay, so what I have in my mind, and let's see how it goes, is we got the Stonehenge, eh? We got the Stonehenge monument, and nobody else does. And we've got it because ancient aliens have come and given us all sorts of fun ideas here in England that none of you blubbers get. Something like that. That's a Cockney.
With a little bit of
Cockney.
Southern and a
I
little
heard
bit
the
of
Southern.
Australia. Yeah, and a little bit
When
of
she said-
Australia in there. Yeah.
Which is so
Yeah.
weird. Why would I mix all of these up? It's so odd.
When you said swords, I'm like, oh, the Southern Belle came out in there. And
Yep.
that
Yep.
sword.
So funny.
I can't help but do a Southern Belle, right? Everything I
Yes.
do.
I always thought it was funny. In every time they said Stonehenge, okay, so we're from America and we say Stonehenge and they say Stonehenge.
Yeah.
They say it different.
Their accent is on the second syllable, where ours is on
Yes.
the first, and it's with every word they say. So it's like Stonehenge.
Yeah, and I'm like,
It's Stonehenge.
it's a different place all of a sudden.
I love it. I love everything about it. I dig it. Okay, so do you guys want to start off? Let's talk about some fun things about Stonehenge.
We're going right into the fun
Stonehenge.
things, or are we going to talk about the history first here?
Do the history. I love
Because
history.
I have so much fun stuff that I found, you guys. I
Yes.
searched for like hours and hours on the
I love
internet
it.
and on the YouTube. The YouTube.
I've heard of YouTube.
There
I've
you
heard
go.
of it. I'll check it out sometime.
Yeah.
Dre, why don't you start us off with some fun facts, and then we can talk about
So-
fun theories, ideas.
Yeah.
What have
All
you?
right. So some fun facts. All right. It is about 4,500 years old. Right.
So
So this
old,
is like
so old,
2,000
way older than us.
Yes, way. It's
I feel
like
old,
they listed
but-
as 2,500 BC.
Right.
Yeah.
So they
Not that
consider it
old.
prehistoric, which
Not-
is
not really.
bananas to me. Prehistoric.
Yeah.
It's like, what? That's like
Okay.
dinosaurs, you
Right,
guys.
prehistoric.
Like, what? Yeah.
Hmm. There are over 100 stones built that are called, what are they? Sarsen
Sarsen stones.
stones.
Sarsens are the inner ones, and the blue
Uh-huh.
stones are the outer ones.
And
Right,
the
or
blue
the
stones are
other
the
way around.
smaller ones.
The smaller
Yeah,
ones,
the
on the other way around. Yeah.
The blue stones are small, and it's funny because they're not really blue unless you look real closely, and they have a little blue tint to them. And fun fact, if they get rained on, they do turn a blue hue. That's really
Uh-huh.
cool.
Or if you
I thought that was
like
pretty
cut
awesome.
them, if you break them in half or
Right.
whatever, they're
Yeah.
blue on the inside, which is crazy.
Yeah.
I would love
So
some
they-
blue stones for my yard. Maybe I should get
Imagine.
some aliens to bring some over. That would
Yeah.
be great.
Tell them to like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, no, over there, a couple feet over. Oh,
Yeah,
perfect.
move it,
Mwah.
please,
I love
please.
it.
Thank you.
Everyone's getting
Mhm.
blue stones. It's so hot right now. I love it.
Yes. So the other cool thing is much like, what did we do last time? Nan Madal.
Yeah.
Much like that, they weigh tons. So average is about 21 tons. The largest one weighs 36 tons. And they're about 21 feet high. They said it was like 10 meters high or something like that. Everything's in meters.
Meters and pounds, baby.
Yeah,
Yes.
meters and pounds.
Yeah. So really huge, gigantic. And the smallest blue stones that they keep calling the small ones are a mere 2 to 5 tons.
Right. Yeah.
I can pick
Oh
it
my-
up. I can move it. Don't worry.
Let's
Yeah.
move it. So how the hell
That's
did
like
they
an
get there?
elephant. That's
the-
an elephant. The small
Yeah,
ones are
yeah.
like the weight of an elephant, like a big African elephant.
Yeah. So what's so super cool is that the way that they line up is that every like midsummer solstice and midwinter solstice, the sun shines right through them, perfectly aligned. And it's like this huge thing. So
I love it.
thousands of people come to visit, and they spend their solstice there. It's the only place in the world where these things align. Like sometimes you can get like midsummer solstice in one part of the world or a midwinter solstice, but you'll never get them both in the same location. And so that's why this is such a special place.
And it's intriguing that they were able to set this up, because this is really coming from a culture that didn't have written word, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
So
Mhm.
when you think about that, what they were able to do, this is where the ancient aliens idea comes into play, right?
Mhm.
How are they able to put this all together when we don't have a lot of information about their culture, or, you know, again, written word. So I think it's so fantastic. Do you have any other fun facts for us, Dre?
Not off the top of my head.
Well,
I love
how
it.
about, I love that it's located in Salisbury. I love
Salisbury.
Salisbury Plain, which is 8 miles north of Wiltshire, England. I've been to England, but I didn't go that way, whichever way it is from London. It was just way too many like miles and hours of travel. So that was kind of like a bummer, but someday I'll go and
Oh, this is
see
a
it.
bucket list item for
Oh,
me,
yeah.
for sure. I think this is on a
Mhm.
lot of people's bucket list, just to be able to go and see it. But there's a lot of reasons why people actually, you know, also like to go there too. Like they believe that they could be like a healing place. They're healing
Right.
stones, right?
Uh-huh. Mhm.
So there's a lot of stuff on that too.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and the question is like, what is it? Like they say, is it a cemetery? Is it a healing area? What is it on Transformers? They were saying it was like Mother Earth's belly button or something crazy like that. Like some ridiculous thing.
I freaking love it. I have some fun facts. I do have some fun facts, so I want to share with everybody. Something that I love about America is 54% of Americans believe in extraterrestrial life. And I'm definitely included in that, right? I don't know when that was taken, looked into, but maybe because, you know, that film of the UFO that came out recently, maybe that has gone up a little bit. I don't know. But a lot of us believe in aliens, right? Or something that is there that we don't know a lot about. So it's really interesting to look into Stonehenge and kind of see what the history is and facts about it. And so I found some kind of off the wall facts, just, you know, for fun, for us to talk about. So Stonehenge was actually sold at auction back in 1950 for 6,600 pounds. So I thought this was really interesting that a place like this was able to have the land owned by somebody and then sold at auction. So at the time, it would be the same as like 600,000 pounds today, which, what is 600,000 pounds US?
About a million.
I don't know.
It's about a million.
I don't know.
I know.
Let's say
Is it really?
it's $1 billion. How much is 600,000 pounds in US?
About a million, I'd say.
So the exchange, no, it's really cheap. So the history on this really fun fact is that the person who bought it at auction was actually set to go out and purchase dining chairs for his wife.
Yes.
So he like, I don't know if it was an accident and he
It
like,
daisies.
like scratched his nose on accident, you know, but he bought Stonehenge, or he didn't. Maybe the dining chairs were called Stonehenge.
Could you
So
imagine
he
him
thought
going home to his wife and saying, honey, don't get mad. Everything's fine. I bought an ancient monument. You're going to love it.
right?
It's healing.
Yeah. So the current conversion for 6,600 £6,600. Is it 66,000 or 6,600 that he purchased?
6,600.
Right.
100. So the pound, it's like 1.32 cents is the exchange rate. So he bought it for $6,000, probably about 7,000.
But in today's time, it's about 600,000 pounds, which is about $1 million USD.
Oh.
So in today's time, it would be about $1 million.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yes.
So I wanted to go back to when you said that it was privately owned for so many years. The owner of the land, this is funny, his name was Sir Edmund Antrobus, and the British government like wanted the land, and he just resisted the shit out of it. He's like, nope, you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it.
I do what I want. It's my land.
Exactly.
Okay.
So then when he died, his son got it. And then what did this little dick do? This little dick decided he's going to put a fence around the whole monument and charge people an entrance ticket to go and see it. So for thousands or hundreds of years, people could just wander right on and be like, oh, I'm at Stonehenge. And now it was like, nope, you have to pay to actually get in to see this like historical monument. And then while this was going on, the military decided to they're like, okay, well, we're going to show you, motherfucker. And they did a military training place, like right off, like to the side there. So not only were there like multiple soldiers tramping back and forth around the area, and then the heavy equipment, and then the aircraft, it kind of got like run down a little bit, which was really sad. And then actually there were a lot of like plane crashes near it too, which like if you think about it, it's like sad that happened. You know what I mean?
Yep, it is sad. It really is sad. One of the other fun facts I found was they found bones in pits right around this area from the Neolithic age. And actually, these were the bones of very elite people. And what is so fantastic about this is that it wasn't just men's bones, it was also men, women, and children, right? From all over the world, their bones and cremations were found on this site. So it was very elite people, but there seemed to be an equality between elite men and women, which I'm all about equality, baby.
Oh yeah, baby.
And not only did they find the bones, but they found like bits and pieces of cremations, like of 63 people. That's how they figured, like from all this like tons of cremations that they found, it was like 63 people. Yeah, that is spooky, number one. And then I read it somewhere where they're like, that's some like massive gravestones, you know what I mean? Like if that was used as like a cemetery or like a burial spot. Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah, it's so great.
So the surface level at Stonehenge rises because of earthworms, right? So earthworms, right, eat the soil. Then they excrete, right? Then because of this process, it creates the soil to be like a mulchy, soft situation where then it's rising. So then the stones are then sinking. So it actually, the surface is rising 20 inches every 100 years. So in thousands and thousands of years, when I'm still around because I take collagen every day, Stonehenge is going to be gone, right? But it's going to take a long time for that to happen. But I thought that was just really interesting, right? The circle of life.
And then speaking of the worms, so Charles Darwin, he was the one that wrote, the Darwin theory of evolution. Evolution. He actually went there for a specific amount of time and studied just the earthworms because he was obsessed with the earthworms. And then he wrote a big book about just the earthworms. So yeah, that was nerd.
Could you imagine
nerd alert.
Writing a book about earthworms?
He liked the worms.
He liked them worms. So I think it's so fantastic that a lot of people have this great story in mind that Merlin built this site, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
That the King Aurelius Ambrosia asked Merlin to build it, that the stones were healing stones and they came from the giant's ring. So it's got like this real folklore
Yeah. Mhm.
story
Mhm.
to it.
Mhm.
And what was tripping me out, man, is I was kind of talking about, with the kids, Stonehenge. Oh, we're going to be talking about Stonehenge. And my daughter was like, Merlin? Like, who's Merlin? And my heart just sank, like, sword
Yep.
in the stone, baby. Come on, man.
Yeah.
So I love the whole Merlin thing. I
Well,
love
isn't
that.
Merlin isn't there a Disney movie with Merlin in it?
Yes, sword in the stone.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
Yes.
it's the dude with the pointy blue hat with the stars on it, right?
Love Merlin.
Yeah,
I
okay.
dig his style, man. So yeah, they have this whole fantastic story about how Merlin used his magic, and making this all come to be in Stonehenge. So
Right.
I really do just dig it.
What's really crazy about that is that people believe that for 500 to 600 years.
Yes.
They really truly believe that he used his magic to move these massive stones
Yeah.
for 500 to 600 years.
Oh,
Just
for
like
sure.
I bet
I would
you
have
some
been one of those
people-
people.
I
would
bet
have been
you
one
some
of those
people still believe it.
I do. It was Merlin.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I just don't think they could fathom, like we can't fathom, like how the hell did they move these stones and put them in a circle like that? I mean,
Right.
There's
of
a
course it had
reason
to
why
be
they
Merlin
believe this.
and magic. Yeah, of course. Duh.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
also like now that we have all this, the scientific abilities, they found that through radiocarbon dating, like these stones, they found out how old they were, firstly, and then they found where they actually came from, which is crazy bananas, because it's like, no, it's not just a drive away,
No.
Yeah.
it's not like
I'll pick some up. I'll just go pick some up.
like
It's
the
gonna be
ones
fun.
that were like 2 to 5 tons, those ones are like only
Bluestones.
16 miles away, right? Those are
Uh-huh.
only 16, move 2 tons 16 miles away, go for it. Maybe the dinosaurs helped them.
Well, there were two different areas. So the Sarsens were found in
Mhm.
one direction and the Bluestones were found in another direction. And I have a fun little story to tell about the Bluestones. But I wanted to go back to when we were talking about the whole healing and all that.
Yes.
They said it was like a prehistoric Lourdes. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Lourdes, France before, but it's this like town in France that has this crazy like a temple. It's like a gold temple, and people go
Yeah.
there to get to heal, because it's like a healing place.
I've
Because
never heard of that.
it's a little bit paranormally, so that's why I wanted to bring it up. So this is in February of 1858. Bernadette Sobros, she saw a vision of a woman in white, and
Of course,
right.
she was wearing white.
Right, I knew you were going to
Hello.
say that.
Okay.
And after she saw this vision, over the next 5 months, 17 miracles happened. And they claimed that maybe the woman in white was the Virgin Mary that she saw. So they call it the Grotto of the Apparitions, which,
Oh,
and then they call it the town of healing water and miracles. And they say it has spiritual energies. The energy breathes through this small village. And to date, there are 70 confirmed miracles that happened in this town. Now, I don't know what kind of miracles. I didn't get that into it, but I thought that's kind of cool. So that's why they think that the Stonehenge has almost the same kind of like healing properties, and that's why this place was built for that.
that is so cool. I had no idea. I love
Yeah.
that,
Mhm.
Timo. I love all of that.
Yep.
All right. I guess
Yeah.
we need to go. I need
I
some
know, right?
miracles. Y'all
It's like
need some miracles?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Road trip
For sure.
and
For sure.
flight. So a Swiss author, Eric von Däniken,
Mm-hmm.
he expressed in his book, I believe it was like Chariots of the Gods. I'll actually give the correct title.
No, that's what it's called.
Okay, Chariots of the Gods. He
Yep.
talked about how that this was actually a depiction of our solar system, the way that the stones are set up. And he, you know, gave really outside ideas about maybe this being an alien landing pad, right? So this is where we get into the ancient alien ideas, because, you know, like Dre was saying, these stones came from different areas, far away. They didn't have the technology or means that we have today, right, to get these things in. So the idea is that they had help from ancient aliens to bring them, align them correctly, and that this is actually a place where aliens come, right? That there's some kind of mathematical information that we haven't even unlocked, but it's from aliens, right? So a lot goes into this. And something I hadn't heard before and I loved is that a crop circle.
Oh, yes.
Did you guys already know that? Because I did not.
I didn't know that either, but they show up all the time around there. It's just so crazy.
I had no idea.
I didn't have any idea either. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of crop circles. I think that they're, first of all, I don't care who's making them. How fun and creative are crop circles, right?
Well, how the fuck? Unless you're hovering over it, like, how do you get it so? I'm an artist. I can't fucking go in some field and fucking do that and have it so perfect and beautiful like that.
It's pure perfection, right?
Yeah. And how do you flatten fucking corn stalks? How do you do that? Or wheat? Or I don't know how they do that. I don't know how they do that.
I saw a demonstration once of somebody using a tool. It was like a wooden plank with like a rope side to side, and they showed how you like mash down crops, right? The problem with this is the intricacy of space, of the perfection of circles, the perfection of every line that's made, right? So sure, there's a way to mash it down, but to make it so perfect, that's the problem.
Yeah. That's, if you think about that, that's actually pretty easy. What are those tools? Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. The tool that you use to make a perfect circle on paper, what is that called? It has like a pencil.
Protractor.
No, protractor. A compass.
No, not a compass.
Yeah, a protractor. Like, a protractor is it a protractor? A protractor
it's not a compass.
is. It is.
It's something else, isn't it? Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna show you up.
Oh no, someone's googling it. It's gonna be
Google it. But
I don't even care if you Google
beyond the point, you guys. So all you need to do that, to make that perfect circle, is like stick a freaking pole in a selected spot, tie a rope that's whatever feet around, and make your perfect circle. It's not that hard. And then you go a little further.
The issue is that they don't find the impression of a pole in it, and the time that it takes, right? Because then people would see it happening. Right. Yeah. It would take a long time. You would probably see like the beginning, right? You would see it. I mean, imagine how long something like that would take. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, you have to take that into account. So in July of 1996, a taxi driver claims that he saw this crop circle near Stonehenge appear magically. Right? He saw it actually like happening in real time. He saw the symbols forming. And this crop circle near Stonehenge, it's called the Julius set. If you look it up, these are just perfect circles, right?
Yes.
Within, right? Around and around. It's actually really beautiful. And that they're saying that there's some mathematical information within this crop circle that has something to do with Stonehenge. And that maybe we get to a point, you know, in our history where we figure out how to use these to then open up a portal, right? So a lot of people talk about it being a portal.
That's
I'm
cool.
sure you guys found that too.
No, I did not hear about the taxi guy.
Yes.
I did not hear about no goddamn portal, but hey, I'm loving it.
I dig it. I dig it. So some things that I heard about Stonehenge that I thought were kind of a trick is people sometimes think it's an ancient sex symbol resembling a vagina.
What?
It's a hoo-ha.
Yeah, I
Of
heard
course.
that.
No, it's the cooch.
It's
Coochie.
the hoo-ha.
Who says coochie?
Who says booty? Come on, keep it classy. It's a hoo-ha.
I did not hear that either.
I don't know.
What?
Yes,
vagina?
That's a crazy looking hoo-ha.
it
A
is.
hoo-ha
It's a little
is supposed
off.
to look like
It's a little
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
You know what? Someone saw a bad hoo-ha and they thought that's what they all look like. And
maybe
then,
maybe that's what alien hoo-has look like. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
agree, Dre. This is alien
Yeah.
hoo-ha made out of stones. They said that it represents Mother Earth and that she gave birth to plants and animals, right? So it's very symbolic. I don't see a hoo-ha when I look at it, but you know,
No.
what are you gonna do? So we talked about it being an ancient burial ground, right? With cremated bone fragments, men, women, and children going back to 3000 BC. And, you know, they're saying that this all came together because aliens helped them. And we hear that a lot in the stories that we cover, right? That is what ancient aliens is that the way that we skipped in technology and make these like leaps and bounds with information is because of the help of aliens. That is so nice of them.
Yeah.
They're givers. They're givers.
You know what? There's so many the British authorities have so many documented, you know, people saying they saw lights, you know, aircraft hovering over Stonehenge. And it's documented. There's reports left and right in, you know, in Great Britain that talk about how it's the landing pad, like you said. So yeah, I totally dig it. I believe it.
I really dig the idea of it being a place of healing. I'm wondering, you know, with that being tied in with the ancient aliens thing, right? This whole idea of us getting to the point of unlocking this information, right? Is that then when we get healed by these stones, or are they healing now? Are people going there for those purposes now?
I don't think so.
I slightly heard really a quick tidbit about how it's a healing, how the healing properties can be derived from Stonehenge. And it was like if you pour water over the stones and then collect that water and drink it, then it provides
There
healing
you go.
properties. Yeah.
Okay.
I dig it.
Yeah.
That's what I was really interested
cool.
in. Is that something, right, that people are doing now? We know that tourists flock, right, to this place. I just think it's so interesting.
Right.
So in 1882, Stonehenge was legally protected as a scheduled ancient monument. So it is protected.
Right.
And in 1986, it's a World Heritage Site. So this is a place that people really respect. People have excavated and fixed it over time. Also, I can talk about that. It is currently owned by the Crown, right?
Yes.
Of course. They want all the stones. So I want to talk about the excavation, right? So a lot of people don't know this, but it has been rebuilt a few times, you know, in our history. These are very old stones. This is a very old site, but there have been times where people have come in to rebuild. So,
and on his European vacation, that dude, what's his name?
I don't know.
He backed his car. Remember, he was driving through England, and then he backed his car into it and knocked them down like dominoes.
What are you talking about? What is this an Inquirer story?
It's a movie. No, it's the movie. You know, like National Lampoon's European Vacation.
Oh my God.
What's his name? I forget what his name was.
I was like, I didn't read about
Like
this. I didn't hear about this.
But his character, I forget what his character's name is. But yeah,
Oh
that's
my
right.
God.
Don't you guys remember that?
Oh my.
they're like, okay, let's go. And then he has like, they have all their luggage tied to the top, and he backs into it, and they're like, bum, 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 like in a big circle.
I would so do that. Oh, I would so do it.
Oh my God, Clark
Griswold.
Clark and Alan Griswold. Yeah.
Griswold.
Oh my
Okay.
I'm
gosh.
obsessed with
Honestly,
National Lampoon's Christmas Story.
Guys,
It's my favorite.
If I didn't remember that, I think my husband would like be really upset with me. He'd be so mad.
I don't know her. We don't
It's
live
like one of those
together.
ones- we have to watch that like all the time.
The Christmas one, or which one?
Like, yeah, the Christmas one for sure. The
Well,
Christmas
the
one.
original one was made in our hood here, so hey.
Mhm. What was
Hey.
that one?
Hey.
What was
Yeah.
the park that they went to?
It was Wally World, but it
Wally
was
World.
yeah, but it was our Magic Mountain. Yeah, so yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's so funny. You guys are like, what? What the fuck?
What?
I didn't
Where
read
did
about
you get
this. Tima, where did you get this information?
Oh my God. I tried to
the
talk like
European
I tried to
vacation.
tell you like I was going in that direction, and you guys like totally like I thought you were gonna be like, what the? And then you were like, huh?
What? What are you talking about? Yeah.
We're all being serious for once.
Yeah, for once, right?
So
Oh my goodness.
this has been excavated several times. Back in 1920, William Hawley did it. He excavated 6 stones at that time. In 1940s, 1950s, it was excavated by Richard Atkinson, Stuart Piggott. I would assume it's Piggott, and then John F. Stone. And I love that his last name is Stone. It's just kind of fantastic. Maybe the Stones were calling him. They actually discovered carved axes and daggers on the Sarsen stone. So I thought that was a really cool trip. I just imagine being in a place like that, discovering things that other people haven't discovered, you know, outside the whole ancient aliens thing. History is so fantastic and interesting to me. And they were a part of it, and they got to see it. And I think that is so cool. You know, these predate the pyramids. This is a really unique and special place. I don't know if ancient aliens had anything to do with it. You know, these stones, some of them coming from 180 miles away, right? Yeah. It is such a trip. Back in 2018, they were able to do genetic testing on the cremains on the site, and they found that a lot of the people came from Wales.
Right.
So they're thinking that these stones were brought from Wales, maybe by boat, right, somehow.
Right.
But then you have to think about then bringing all of them together in the right formation, you know, like Dre pointed out, with alignment of 2, right, solstices,
So yeah.
right?
Yes.
So think about what it would take for them to put all of that together. And why did people from all over the world come there for their bodies to be cremated?
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
Why? How? That's where this is, right?
So I think it was on YouTube, and I think it was the National Geographic channel that put this out, and they kind of it was fairly new. It was like in the 2000s, where these guys like basically figured out how they by boat how they brought the stones over, and they did everything like they would have, and they kind of started with using primitive tools, but then they cheated, and they actually just took these huge oak trunks and like made boats out of them, and they fucked up, man. They were trying to move this stone with this ramp thing and all this stuff, and it was all crazy, and I just could not imagine. They finally figured out how it was done and everything, or how they thought that it could have been done, but the work and the time and the people and everything that it took just to move one stone, I could not imagine how long it took these people to actually do that. It was so crazy.
Right. I mean, without the whole ancient aliens idea or the Merlin idea, this would have taken, you know, thousands of years. I just think it's really interesting. And that's what makes it so interesting, because we don't know. And it's a lot of guessing. And scientists have a lot of theories and ideas. And I just dig it that we really don't know. There's lots of possibilities. It's a beautiful site. It would be such a trip to like go and be there and stand there and be at Stonehenge. I had no idea about the crop circle situation being nearby. And that really makes it go, okay, what is going on here? Right? What is going on? I just dig it, man. I really hope that at some point we figure it out and get some answers. Not in our lifetime, probably, but you never know.
Red, I know you're big on like free love and the hippies and all that good stuff. So
I am. I'm a total hippie. Yeah.
Okay. So in 1974, they held the first Stonehenge Free Festival. Did you guys hear about this?
No, why wasn't I invited?
Listen to this badass. Listen to this badass story. Okay, listen.
Okay.
So, it was an annual thing. So starting in 1974, it just was this like music festival, and all these hippies would come and they would just dance and sing and probably do all the drugs and have all the sex and all that stuff, right? So in 1984, so it went on for 10 years. Tens of thousands of people showed up, and they were like, okay, time out, and they banned it. So they said no more festival. Okay.
No!
So in 1985, so June, this happened in June. So on June 1st of 1985, they weren't allowed to have the festival. A long convoy of vehicles. So if you could imagine, there's probably like the bugs, the bug vans, like all these cool little like cars cruising in this convoy, right?
Yes.
And they were just filled with all these festival goers, and they were just making their way over to Stonehenge, right? And they were known, these people were known as New Age travelers. Okay, now this is fun. I want to be one. Or their nickname is Crusties, which is kind of weird, but that's a British thing, like how chips and twat and all that kind of stuff is like cigarettes are fags and stuff like that. It sounds weird to us as Americans, but it's perfectly normal in the UK. So these Crusties were people that had New Age beliefs, and they loved the hippie culture. And they would travel from music festivals to fairs, and they would live in these small communities with other people that shared their same beliefs. So these are the people that were like traveling in this convoy. They're like, no, this is our deal. This is our jam. We're going to go. So 7 miles from Stonehenge, there's just a blockade of police officers. And they're like, nope, sorry, you can't go. So now there's two sides of the story. The crusty side of the story is the cops pulled them out of their cars and started beating them and arresting them. Okay.
No.
The cops say that they all got out of the car and started attacking the police officer. So there's there's two sides of the stories there.
Maybe it's a mix of both. Maybe both things happen. Maybe both were naughty and not being very nice with each other.
Possibly.
Can you dig, man?
Can you dig? But this is the funny thing. So the Crusties all fled to a nearby bean field, which it earned its name, the Battle of the Bean Field. And 24 people were hospitalized, numerous were arrested, and it was the summer solstice fair thing or festival that they had was prohibited until the year 2000. So for that long after this happened, there was no festivals there. Now it's there again. So yeah, can you believe that?
I want to go. I am a total hippie. I love that you brought this up and thought of me. Like my dream car is a VW bus. Right. I used to have a lunchbox that was a VW bus.
You still have that?
I did have it up until like a year ago. And my dog chewed it up.
Oh no, Frank.
Yeah, I would so love it for like a Christmas present. I when my hubby and I got together, he's a very serious, logical, factual person. And he would always say, oh, you're my hippie, right? I'm all about just live and let live, right? I'm so sad that the Crusties got into it with the coppers, man.
I know,
what a
right?
Bummer.
Yeah,
I know. I like that word though, crusties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crusties. The crusties.
The crusties. Let
Oh,
me tell you, I love this. It would be just such a fun place to go to someday. Do you guys think that this was built by ancient aliens?
But wait, before we go there, I have a couple more fun facts because
yeah.
you know
Oh,
I
I'm
have to tell
going there.
I have to
Oh,
tell
okay.
you.
Go
You
ahead.
know I have to tell you. Okay, so Stonehenge is like the jam. Okay, so the Beatles, Black Sabbath, of course, Ozzy had to have done this, and Spinal Tap. They all included Stonehenge in their music, so they do have songs where the lyrics do include Stonehenge. Okay. Um, the first guidebook that was ever published about Stonehenge was in 1823 by a man named Henry Brown. And he said in the book that Stonehenge was one of the few ancient structures that survived Noah's flood, which I thought that was,
What?
yeah, bananas, right? Um, 50,000 school children visit this site per year. Of course, those are the little British children.
Mhm.
And then 1 to 2 people are proposed to at Stonehenge every single month. That's
Every
fun.
month?
Every month.
Wow.
In
Aw.
1906, the first aerial picture was taken of Stonehenge from a military hot air balloon, and it was flown by Lieutenant Philip Henry Sharp of the Royal Engineers Balloon Section, which that was a thing, I guess, back
I
then.
had no idea. This is blowing my
Sounds so
mind.
proper.
And then there's birds, you guys. There are like, it's like a bird heaven, okay? So there's these birds, they're called rooks, and they're very territorial. Like they live at Stonehenge, they guard Stonehenge, and when the fucking seagulls want to come and check it out, these rooks just go fucking after them. And they're like, get the fuck out of
That's
here.
crazy.
And these rooks are so smart. The staff there, the people that volunteer and whatever, they actually feed the rooks. And they can recognize their feeders from 100 meters away. I don't know how many miles that would be,
Wow.
but they can see, they recognize one of the staff people and they'll go right up to them. They know it's dinner time.
Wow.
I thought that was
Birds
so
are
crazy.
so
Nuts.
smart
Yeah, so crazy.
and they're terrifying all at the same time.
They-
Yes.
Birds
they
freak
are.
me
Yeah,
out, man.
Especially if you watched Birds. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Terrifying.
Yes.
love
They
that
know what's
movie.
up.
I love that movie
Mhm.
so much. That's such a great movie. I watched it
I know.
a couple weeks ago.
All right, so I'm gonna get like archaeological nerdy with you guys for
Cool.
a
Such a
second.
nerd.
I know you guys heard this too, and it's really like kind of crazy and a little creepy. But you know, so we talk about how did Stonehenge get built, right? And who built it and the why. And there's these, they did find the bones there, right? But aside from that, archaeologists have not been able to find any evidence of human life. And how they do that is actually by like what they call rubbish, our trash, right? So like 5 miles away, there's like the Durrington Walls, and they can find evidence of people living there and eating there and celebrating there, and there's food and pots and pans and like whatever. There's the rubbish is really like
Right.
located there, but then only 5 miles beyond where Stonehenge is, there's just no trash. There's nothing, no evidence, archaeologically speaking, that there was any kind of like celebration going on or anything like that. And so part of this is that they have now called Stonehenge the land of the dead, and alternatively, they've called Durrington Walls the land of the living. And if you look at Durrington
Interesting.
Walls, it's super cool. It's actually in a big circular pattern as well. And it is like exactly like parallel to Stonehenge. So like if the sunlight lines up directly, you can see that it's super lined
Wow.
up. And then like if you look beyond there with the lining of the sun, it's bam right there. It's like Stonehenge is in the same like line of sight.
It's all
insane.
coming together.
Cool.
Durrington
Mhm.
Walls, Stonehenge, the crop circles. It's happening.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I love it. Fun facts. I love it. History. Do you guys have anything else you want to share before we make our final decision?
Yes. You know, I have to talk about ghosts.
Oh,
know,
I'm waiting for it.
her head almost exploded. She was like, yes. Can I guess?
You should
Were
have
there
seen
like,
her face.
yes, were there women in white dresses walking
No.
around
No,
seen
no,
several
no, no,
times?
no.
Okay, give it to me, girl. Give it.
Okay, so this was a bitch to research, you guys. Every time I put ghost Stonehenge, I'd come up with these like things that said the ghost of Stonehenge, and I'm like, yes, right? No, they're like talking about like it's like metaphorically the ghost. You know what I mean? Like the people that used to live there, or the people that we think that built it, or whatever. So it wasn't like the actual spirits that I love, but there were two YouTube videos that have been posted about a ghost sighting at Stonehenge. The first one is a really popular one. I must have watched this thing like 100 times, and I'm just like, So it's a jumpy camera, you know, it's just somebody's phone or whatever, but you can see like in the background, like just there's visitors there. So there's like people in the background. It's not a very good experiment. If you're going to be like investigating and you're going to go ghost hunting, make sure that there's no one there, because this very well could have been a shot of another visitor that was in there. But it's kind of like in between these two stones, and then it's kind of like a little black shadow, but not really. Okay, whatever. You think it's a ghost, whatever. But there's this other one that I found. It was so hard to find, and it was so awesome, you guys. So awesome. I'll have to send you the link. So it's the same thing, you know, jumpy camera, whatever, and it's in the daylight, and the person is like off to the side, and there's just like stones like rounded on the left. And then all of a sudden you hear the camera person go, oh, and you're like, what? I didn't see anything. What happened? And then they like play it over and over again. And then they like go closer and closer. And next to one of these stones, coming up out of the grass, is a white apparition. Like it's a full-on white, cloudy apparition. Looks like it was kneeling, and then it like stands up and then kind of fades away. But you guys, it looks so perfect. And I'm just like, yes, that's what I've been waiting for. That's what I was looking for.
Wow.
It could be some type of trick of photography, maybe. I don't know, but it's so awesome. It's see-through, but it has like an exact shape of a person. Like you can see the head and the shoulders, and it's definitely like pushing itself and standing up. It is so crazy. I loved it.
That is
so
nuts.
After all my research, I actually found like a real like ghost of Stonehenge, and I dug it, man.
So are these videos captured just by regular tourists?
And they just post them randomly on YouTube. But the thing is there's not that many out there. There's that one I told you about, which is played over and over again on different sites. And then this one random one that I found that was just so awesome. And then there's nothing else. And it's so weird because there's so much history there, so many dead people that were there. I'm sure people must have died on that site, you know, or whatever. And there's nothing there, which is so crazy.
It's interesting. I wonder why maybe investigation shows, right, that you watch haven't done anything there.
They have. Ghost Adventures did do one.
Okay.
It was like their first season or their second season, because Aaron was fat at that time. And if you all follow Ghost Adventures, like for the first two seasons, Aaron was very chunky, and then he decided to go like clean eating. I think he became a vegan, and he lost all the weight, and you know, he looks really hot, whatever. But he looked hot when he was chubby too, so I'm not saying anything. And then Nick Groff was still on the show as well. So it was like they did this whole European tour thing. It was a long time since I saw it. I didn't revisit it. I know a couple other shows have done it as well. I don't know.
They can do it, right? People can go and do that.
Yeah, they have investigated, and they're maybe I'll just do a little follow-up I'll watch those, and then I'll do a little follow-up and see what they saw. But yeah, you know.
Really interesting. I love it. All right, final question.
Yeah.
Was it ancient aliens?
Who's gonna go first? You want me to go?
Red can go first. Me,
Okay.
moi,
Go, Red.
myself, and I.
Okay, all right.
You guys know I love aliens. You know
Uh-huh.
it. Everyone knows it. I do not think it was ancient aliens.
Really?
I don't.
Okay,
I
why?
think I do think that this was something that just took time and that they put into it, and that this was like a ritual site, and at that time that's what they had. And I think that this was completely man-made. It was just a labor of love. I don't think it has anything to do with ancient aliens.
Okay. You want me to go?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, I think it did. Like in the beginning, I'm like, yeah, it has to be. But then I saw that National Geographic on YouTube, and they totally proved it wrong. They totally proved that it could be done. And so that's why I'm like, and then regarding the aliens and the UFOs, not the aliens, but the UFOs coming and flying, it's out in the middle of nowhere. So of course they're going to visit those sites because they have less of a chance of getting shot down or seen, or whatever, who knows what the aliens are thinking. So anyways, yeah, I agree with you, Red. I think it was man-made.
All right, Dre.
Yeah. I'm always going to side with the science. And once I figured out that it's possible for humans to do this, even if it's thousands of people, the fact that it took 1,500 years to complete, and
right,
and that there was evidence, like with carbon dating, that there were rocks nearby, even though it was like, so many miles away. I still think that, like you said, it was a labor of love. And I think that this was more of a ritual site. They did mention like a beheading was done there.
Oh yeah.
And I think it was more of a religious type of ritual site for them, that like you said, it's a labor of love. It was something that had to get done. Yeah. So amazing to me how they could get these like multi-ton rocks up on top of each other the way they did. I don't know if you guys saw a picture of what it would look like complete. It's gorgeous.
Yes, I know, right?
Beautiful. Yeah. I wish we could have seen that, but that would definitely be a labor of love to be able to see something as immaculate and beautiful as that. So yeah, sorry, not alien this time.
Yeah, no alien.
I think what is fantastic is that this is such an amazing and beautiful and interesting site, and it should be looked at and visited, and be part of that history. I think it's a really unique thing, in this world of ours. I would love to go see it someday. I saw, Crime Con is going to be in the UK, right, coming up, and it would be fun to go to Crime Con and also stop and see Stonehenge. So
I know, right? I know.
Crossing my fingers. I really just love looking into things like this. I think our world's amazing. People are amazing. History is so interesting.
And it is like, how when we did Nan Model, that was the 8th world wonder, and Stonehenge is one of the 7 world wonders. So it got its name for something.
It is a wonder. It's a fantastic wonder. I love it.
Crazy.
I really do. I just dig it. I just wanted to give a shout out. I tagged you guys a show on Netflix, came out, called Evil. The first season is out. I don't know if you guys have watched it, but it's just kind of right up our wheelhouse here, with people on the show looking into, paranormal, miracles, things of that nature, right?
Well, this is the thing. That what you showed is, I hope it's the 2nd season. I hope they're like foreshadowing the 2nd season coming on. But it's a priest, a psychiatrist who's the chick, and then what's the third person? There's that oh gosh, I totally forgot now.
He's like a myth buster, right? So if there was like a
Yes.
show, let's say for like Ghost Adventures, he would come and be like, well, this is how you did this,
Right.
this, and this. This is
So
what
he's
caused
like
all these things.
Yeah, he's like a computer nerd kind of guy, and he can like break into computers and do all this good stuff and whatever. So there's a side of everything. There's like the science side, there's like the mind and the brain side, and then there's the theological side that the priest is going, and they see all kinds of weird shit, you guys. There's
It's
like
so
exorcists
fun.
in there. It's so good. I love it. It was such a great show.
I love it.
I hope it's coming out again. I hope there's a second season. But yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah.
I'm digging it. I haven't finished the whole season yet. I'm almost
Okay.
there. So I really dig it. And then my husband and I have been watching old movies. So we watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly from 1966 with Clint Eastwood. And let me just say,
Oh man, Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood is fine. He is so fine. You guys, he was giving me Charlie Hunnam vibes, man.
Oh,
really?
He was something else in this movie. Every look, everything he says, I'm just like, oh shit, oh God. I'm having so many feelings right now. I'm awakened, Clint.
That's so
Clint
hilarious.
Eastwood. You know, I think he's a very good looking old man, but damn, he was fine. Damn, Clint. Damn.
That's
You know,
not
it's
in my
fine.
wheelhouse. I kind of don't dig the Westerns, but I might check it out.
Yeah,
Hey.
just for that.
Just for that, baby. Check it out.
I also saw an old movie. I saw a 1974 horror flick called Alice, Sweet Alice, which stars a young Brooke Shields, who is only in
What?
about 10 minutes of the movie in the beginning. But
Wait, let me write it down. Alice, Sweet Alice.
Alice, Sweet Alice,
Where did you watch it?
on Amazon. Oh,
I'm writing it down. Alice,
I think it was on
Sweet
Amazon.
Alice.
Yeah. It's great, you guys. Like, there are so many like sexual harassment innuendos in this, like they could totally get away with back in the 70s. I was like,
They used to do
what
the
the
shady
heck?
shit
There's
in
like
these
a
movies.
priest like rubbing on the lady, and I'm like, what? No priest, you can't do that. No priest,
You can't do that.
Like up in
How
her
about
face,
no?
like, hey, like I'm like, no.
Ew.
But yeah, it was really like the main girl basically did one other movie when she was a teenager, and I think she was probably like 13 in this movie. And then she quit show business, got married, had kids, and she never went back into show business. But this was like one of those like huge movies. Like she could have gone on to be like a major star, and Brooke Shields, who was like only in like 10 minutes of it, became the big star. So yeah.
Right. Wow. I'll check it out, man. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
really digging watching old movies right now.
Cool.
I do. I'm
Cool.
enjoying that. And organizing like a crazy person.
Yeah,
So I
do it.
was so proud of like all my organizing. I've been, labeling everything with cute labels and just redoing everything. And my daughter comes in to visit and I'm showing her, oh, look at what I've been doing. And she's like, are you okay? Are you having a breakdown?
Really? She thought you were having a breakdown?
Yeah, she thinks I'm, trying to fill in a void right now. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it's just because, I lost my job. My husband lost his job. My grandpa died. And I don't know what I'm doing with my life. That's probably why she thinks I'm filling it with clear bins and cute labels. So,
I mean,
maybe I'll
you
hire
are, but
you
you're
to
being
come.
productive. Like realistically, you're being productive. It's good.
Thank
Maybe
you.
I'll hire
At
you to
least-
come do that at my house.
At least you're
I'll
not
do
like
it.
drinking all day and like not
No.
taking showers and
No,
That's
man.
me.
I'm
Except
into
for
the
the drinking all
showers,
day.
the cleaning. I'm just trying to figure myself out. I'm having an almost midlife crisis. How about that?
okay.
Okay.
All right.
Almost.
All right.
Yeah.
Almost.
Mhm.
So, Dre, you have the Whittle of the Week.
Oh, I've got it, baby. Yep.
Do you have
Oh,
another one
yeah.
too? In case
We
you want
have
to do
to
another
do-
one? You have another
We
one
have to
too?
do
Yeah.
the answer.
Okay.
We have to do
Yeah.
the answer.
Yeah.
for the last
What
one.
was
Okay.
it again? It was something
All right.
really like sexual.
All right. I can be dirty. I can be clean. I can be delicate. I can be rough. People sometimes shake me or smack me against my own kind. What am I?
Is it dirty laundry?
Mm-mm.
Oh man. I don't know what
One
it
more
is.
time, Dre. One more time.
Okay. I can be dirty. I can be clean. I can be delicate. I can be rough. People sometimes shake me or smack me against my own kind. What am I?
I really thought it was dirty laundry too.
Yeah, I thought it was like, like clothes in a washing machine or
Yeah,
something.
man.
Oh,
I can be dirty.
No.
You could smack me.
yeah,
You
I
could
don't
shake
know.
my hand.
Yeah, girl. Get it. It's hands. The answer
hands.
is hands.
It's hands?
Yes.
Oh,
Timo's so
It's
disappointed.
like, why? Why?
it can be dirty, clean, rough, delicate.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other one? People shake me or slap
They
me?
could shake me or smack me against my own kind.
Oh, like a
It's
clap.
perfect.
Okay.
Hands.
Mhm.
Okay,
And I
gotcha.
want to give a
Mhm.
shout out. We have people that hit us up and give us what they think the answer is, and we love it. Keep it coming. I dig
Yeah.
it.
All right, I have another one for you, dirty birdies. All right.
All right, girl.
All right. When you blow me, I get bigger. And the tighter you wrap your lips around me, the quicker I enlarge. What am I?
Ooh. For all you perverts at home, let's hear it one more time, Dre.
When you blow me, I get bigger. And the tighter you wrap your lips around me, the quicker I enlarge. What am I?
All right. I think I know what it is.
Me too. I think I know what it is too.
It's a good one. It should be
Timo,
easy.
Timo,
Okay,
it's
cool.
not a penis. Stop. Oh my gosh, you're embarrassing yourself right now.
Aw.
Okay. Everyone message us on Facebook and Instagram. Check us out on YouTube and Twitter and TikTok and all the fun things that we do. We have our website, Handcuffs and Sage podcast.com. You guys can email us, of course, anytime, handcuffsandsage@gmail.com. We love hearing from you. We love the comments. We love interacting with you and just kind of sharing our time. And this has been so nice. We changed up our schedule, and so we're not meeting as often. So when we meet, it really is. So it's nice.
Yeah.
So what's up? Mm-hmm.
Fun.
Can't wait for next time.
Send us your answers for Whittle of the Week. We love hearing from you. Have a great week. Anyone else? Anything?
Happy October.
Happy October.
Happy October.
Happy Halloween month.
Yes. It's going to be fun, you guys. I have some good stuff in the works for Handcuffs and Sage, you guys.
Yay! We are doing a raffle. I've been working on raffle prizes and things like that. So I'll mention what you need to do to be part of the raffle. But the basket I'm putting together is going to be really unique and fun with some Handcuffs and Sage swag, but also like true crime and paranormal swag, too. So I've been gathering some fun things. I'll take a picture of it when it's all together, and it's just going to be, a fun Halloween thing to do. I just love it. I love this time of year. Ooh, I love it. I do. Okay. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Just like you, we
have
questions.
Woo!
Woo!
We have questions and no answers.
No answers.
I like to think I do, but I don't.
Oh,
All
right.
Red. All right, y'all.
Okay.
Have a great night.
Okay, bye,
Bye-bye.
Good
guys.
night.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Handcuffs and Sage is hosted by Red, Timo, and Dre in a shitty guest room in Los Angeles.
Theme music is Leave Now by We Are Wasted. Cover art done by Megan Winchester.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Show us some love on iTunes. Be a badass and do what you want. Until next time.